moving on to, unfortunately, our first kind of dud of the entire plant pool that we've looked at so far. Well, we're not at pool yet, but you know what I mean. We've got the ice shroom. The ice shroom is not devoid of use of merit, certainly, but it is also definitely the least useful plant that we've seen up until now. The ice shroom is an instant plant. It will freeze every plant on, or every zombie on the board, freeze them to the ground, or just give them a slowdown effect if they're in the pool, slash if they're certain types of zombies. And it will also deal 1 P-shot of damage to everybody on the board. I don't know if you knew that, but it's true. It can indeed do that. You can even kill Zomboss that way. If I find the clip where somebody has done that, I will put it here, and you can look at it. But either way, yeah, that's good. It's not, like, bad, per se. This is a useful effect. But is it really worth the 75 sun? And is it really worth it taking forever to come back on the cooldown? That's really the main problem with Ice Shroom. If it was more spammable, I think it would have more utility, both for casuals and maybe for speedrunners. Probably not. Speedrunners really like instant plants, and there's only so many seed slots out there. But still, that would improve it. Unfortunately, it does not receive this glow up. So, as a result, I must give Ice Shroom not the highest utility score. We will give it a 6 out of 10. And that's not like a bad thing. It still does stuff. It's just not great, you know? Design-wise, I think the Ice Shroom's fun. It's a solid design, maybe not quite as iconic as some other plants, but a good one. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. Thumbs up, good. And then, finally, the fun factor. This is a fun plant to use. It really is. Freezing all the zombies on the board at once is fun. It's definitely a really cool thing to just watch everybody stop right at once. And technically it does damage to everyone too, so that's kind of fun as well. There's not much more to say than that. So I'll give it a fun factor of, I'll give it like a 7.58-ish, something like that. And then altogether that's going to average out up to about a 7 or 6 in change. And I think, unfortunately, I'm going to exercise my right to put it at the lowest part of B tier. It's not bad, per se, but it just isn't quite doing it. Especially in a speedrunning setting, and especially because it is a night plant, meaning that it doesn't have as much utility throughout the game as other ones might. Although you could certainly use a coffee bean on this guy, I could see that happening, but it's just not as good.